All right, it's time. Diddy Racing Time Trials Tournament. It's NordicBoa versus Andy Panther, the #1 ranked player in Time Trials. NordicBoa versus #20 Andy Panther, and with me I have Pigs.
Hi.
So this is going to be really interesting to see, because Andy Panther might go to some really interesting stages here. We know that Andy likes to do things that aren't the normal thing, so yeah, gonna be great. And yeah,
Andy was actually talking about some tracks he was gonna pick with me. And
no spoilers.
I know, no spoilers, but I can tell you they're gonna be definitely some picks that are considered a-hole ones.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. So Andy Panther wins the coin toss. So let's see if he picks a track or if he bans one. Suspense. Yeah, just so let's see. So let's see what happens here. Some confusion going on in the chat. Okay, Andy Panther, he bans Ancient Lake. That means that NordicBoa will choose the first track. And he chooses Spaceport Alpha Car, one of the favorites.
The favorites? Oh my god. No.
I mean, NordicBoa's favorite, not everyone else's. NordicBoa does have the world record here, and he's a really solid playing this level. You see that 129, that's a shortcut time, so we won't see anything close to 129. But maybe around a 137 for Nordic. We'll see. Okay, and good luck to the runners. So interesting to start with Spaceport Alpha Car because we do not have a single zipper in the entire level, this is the only track where this is the case. And if you look at Nordic screen, he goes, okay, decent, but he went up the vent quite a lot there. Yeah, and they're actually really close.
Yeah.
Andy's vent was better.
Yeah, so this is already a lot closer than I expected.
Yeah, same. So that vent part is really difficult to handle well. But I see Andy Panther with 36 first lap is really good. So, and the Nordic bonks there, but he gets a way better vent this time.
And Andy does not get as a good vent.
No, unfortunately not. But Nordic's bonk definitely slowed him down. So Andy's not far behind, but obviously NordicBoa, being a super fast player, it will be hard for him to catch up here because there are no zippers and stuff that can mess you up. But this vent, let's see how it goes for Nordic. Okay, really good vent from Nordic, and pretty decent from Andy too. But it's still going to be very, very difficult to catch up now. There are basically no things that can go wrong at the end here. If he goes safe, that is. If you try to cut the cord, like if you go for PBs and stuff, you want to go really, really close to the wall, and then you might mess it up. But No. But still 144. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, it looked pretty close to what his is, so
Yeah.
I would say
So-
that is a pretty good play, especially in open shot.
Yeah, definitely. So I think NordicBoa's second lap there was a little slow, but the rest was really solid. Okay, so we'll get another pick. We're gonna get a pick from Andypanther now. He chooses Star City Plane.
Yeah, that's one of the tracks he was telling me he wanted to do it. He's been working on it live, so.
Alright, interesting.
Star City.
Because Star City Plane, I know that Nordic actually told me, oh well, he said it in a chat where he said Star City Plane is gonna be his trump card, or what it's called, trump card. So he
yeah,
says,
trump card.
yeah, he says it's his trump card, the number 1 seed, NordicBoa. So it's kind of dangerous to take him there, in my opinion. And he does have the second best time there, so we'll see. Okay, Andy with a slightly cleaner start, but Nordic passing him kind of fast. So see, he's going for the safe strat where he doesn't, because the fastest strat where you can barrel roll on top of that zipper is a lot riskier. Okay, he gets it. This was not the cleanest, but it was still pretty good. Andy is keeping up decently, but obviously really hard to. So yeah.
Andy's playing pretty solidly, but without like any screw ups.
Yeah.
And this
But-
is exactly what he was going.
Yeah, I think if Andy wants to get a point from Nordic though, he needs to go slightly riskier because he's going very, very safe right now. And I think going really safe against a super player like Nordic, I think you're not going to win much. So I think he needs to go slightly riskier if he wants to get something out of, if he wants to get any points today. Because you see Nordic here getting a 120. Yeah, I mean, for a one try, 120 is a great time.
Yeah, and Andy getting
A 133. So he's pretty far behind. He didn't actually do a single major mistake. He was just going really safe all the way through. But yeah, if you want to beat the number 1 player, you kind of need to go slightly riskier than that.
Yeah, I think what he was counting on was the fact that this track is really easy to up. So
Yeah, it's easy to mess up, but NordicBoa is crazy at this game. Okay, so Space Dust Alley Hover. Oof, that's a risky one. The main reason I think it's a risky pick is because I'd say that Space Dust Alley Hover is the most consistent Space Dust Alley pick. And I think that so it's kind of the opposite of a choice that he did in Star City, because in Star City, the plane one is the most risky pick, but this is the most safe pick in Space Dust Alley. So yeah, but it might be like this is not NordicBoa's strongest track, but he gets a yellow start boost, so Andy gets ahead a little bit in the beginning. Both are actually skipping the first zipper to go for consistency, and both of them are missing the third zipper too. So they're actually really close, really close.
they're
And this
like
air
right
zipper
on
here is
top
really
of
hard
each
to get.
other.
Sorry?
They were like way on top of each other.
Yeah, they're actually basically tied, because Nordic does a pretty big mistake in the tunnel, but then Andy does a big mistake after the zipper there in the tunnel. But they're still pretty close, I'd say. So let's see, he gets the zipper, good. But now Nordic has pulled ahead. pretty far. To see if he gets this tunnel better. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, he gets 2 bonks there, but not too bad. And Andy is trying to get closer, but he's getting pretty far behind now.
Yeah.
Nordic hitting his head in the ceiling.
Oh. Ceiling. Ceiling.
Yeah, but you can't hit the electricity in the ceiling in the hovercraft. You can only do it in the plane. So yeah, Nordic with a 1:35, which is a decently solid time. Not super clean, but definitely not a terrible time. And Andy with the 1:43, which for his skill level is pretty solid. I think his PB is right around 139. I'm not sure.
I believe it was 142.
Oh really? Let's see when he clicks the button once more so we can see what it was. 142, oh yeah, wow, that's super close to his PB. But yeah, Nordic is very difficult to beat, obviously.
It's just like a destructible robot.
And Andy keeps going like a roller coaster with his picks, going to Treasure Cave's plane. Definitely the most inconsistent pick in the Treasure Caves. And both of them switching to Drumstick.
It's basically if Nordic makes one costly mistake, then it could be all A. So this will be definitely an interesting.
Yeah, so let's see if Andy goes for the same kind of strats as he did in Star City, where he went super safe, or if he's gonna try to risk it. Because a big mistake from Nordic, you know, a big mistake here is at least 5 seconds. So we'll see what happens here. Nordic missing some banana. Well, he got 2. Missing a lot of bananas there. Getting the zipper again though. But wow, and a big bonk from Nordic.
And Andy now pulling ahead.
Yeah, with more bananas. So let's see how Andy does here. So Nordic going up in the tunnel again to grab more bananas. And he's catching up now. Because Andy's going a little... Wow, he hit the ceiling but didn't fully bonk. They're basically tied going into the 3rd lap. And Nordic is pulling ahead. Both of them missing the zipper. But now Nordic is in a better position. So I think he needs to miss this, but he doesn't. But that was actually really close. That was a good pick. 58 is a very rough time for a top player, but still really close. And I think the pick was good.
Yeah, it was definitely a solid.
Yeah, this was a good pick. I definitely stand by this pick from Andy.
Getting a good and consistent time on Treasure Cave's plane. Oh god, that is nice.
Super hard. Yeah, Andy waited a lot between barrels. He didn't, spam them in a row to gain the max amount of speed. If he did that, if he went slightly more YOLO in the cave part, I think he would have had it. But he was going really safe. And as I mentioned in Star City Plane, you gotta take some more risks if you wanna beat the #1 time trial player. But that was still really close. Haunted Woods Car.
Now that is an interesting one.
Yeah.
I did not think he would pick that one.
Yeah, it's risky. This is a track where there are 2 big difficult parts, but the rest is kind of easy. So I think Andy is hoping that Nordic will mess up in these parts.
But as we said, he's he's like an indestructible robot, so.
Yeah, so he's obviously really hard to beat, and definitely the favorite to win this tournament. Let's see. So let's see here. The first jump here, this is an important part. And Nordic messing it up, but as you can see, he did a super good backup. He flew too far out to the right, but he knew where he was going, so he saved it really well, and was still able to catch up to Andy, even though Andy didn't do a mistake there. And as you see, Nordic just flying into the forest the second time, a lot better. Andy not doing any mistakes either, though, playing well, but a 14:05 lap is pretty hard to catch up to, unless you're a top player. And yeah, 46. Yeah, 46 is pretty hard to catch up to. But because I gotta say though, a low 50 is definitely a solid time for Andy. So, like, it's pretty hard to beat a 46 in a one try. So, I can't really say anything more than that. It's just Andy had a... That would have been hard. As you can see, he beat Andy's PB in that attempt, so... $5-0.
Alright. Now, how many we got left with vehicles? Got 2 plane, right?
Yeah, Star City plane, Treasure Caves plane have been chosen. And now it's Greenwood Village Hover that's picked. Greenwood Hover.
That's also an odd one.
Yeah, but I mean, I can see this pick because I think he knows that if Nordic goes car here, he's gonna have an easy win. So I think it's gonna be harder for Nordic to win in Hover here.
Yeah, definitely. And their PBs are a few seconds which I mean, the time does add up, but if there is a mistake, then it could be Andy's.
Yeah. So, but both of them are looking really strong. But Andy actually doing that turn a little smoother. 27.86 versus a low 29. Yeah, Andy is not that far off right now. Interesting. Hitting the zipper. Okay. And this is also an interesting pick because Nordic is not that used to play this track on the NTSC. He's usually playing this track on the PAL version.
Oh, and I'm missing a zipper.
Yeah. And Nordic missing that zipper. It's a pretty big time loss, but he has extended his lead pretty much here, so yeah. And then there he went for the grass cut, which is the optimal strat there. But he didn't go for it the other times. Okay, 118 from Nordic. He gets. I mean, it's not a real PB, but.
Oh yeah, and
is pretty far away from his PB. He has a low 23 or high 22 or something like that. He has a really sick time there. But still, like in a one try, 118, solid for sure. Andy with the 124 is not a bad time at all. So I still think that the pick with the Greenwood Hover was not a bad pick. But obviously, facing a player like NordicBoa, it's going to be hard to take any points for any player, to be honest. Alright, time for some fun, is what Andy says in the Discord chat.
And
what's the fun?
Frosty Village plane, that's what fun is.
Yeah, Frosty Village plane. Let's have fun. A super difficult, laggy, and inconsistent plane track. That's what Andy's kind of fun is, you know, when you can find a lot of inconsistency and difficulty, that's when Andy bites, you know. Okay. Frosty Village Plain. And some people might notice that the character models are differently sized. It's because Nordic is using a magic code called Teeny Weenies. And Andy's playing with the default character size. And Andy is starting off a little better because Nordic did pretty bad barrel roll in the beginning. It was really off. But yeah, they're basically tied right now. But oh my god, that was so close to a bonk for Andy. Ooh, super smooth barrel roll inside the tunnel for Nordic. But he bonked there, so he needed to hold A for a little bit to regain speed so he could start barrel rolling again. So 5-second difference there, but the beginning of the second lap was definitely worse for Nordic than for Andy. Getting a double again. Oof, wow, I thought Nordic would bonk there, but he didn't.
Oh, and Andy only getting one and bonk.
Oh no, that bonk costs so much time.
Oh my god.
And he's holding A through the tunnel to go safe. That's where he loses a lot of speed to Nordic there. A lot of time. And getting another double, so no triples from Nordic in this race, but maybe we'll see it another time. But still a 122, or what is he? Oh, he's going for the goal launcher. He went for the bonk on purpose there. That's funny. He probably knew that he was far ahead. And Andy is finishing up with a 137. So a pretty big win for Nordic there. And 7-0 means that he takes the match, but we are still going to do the last 6 races to see if Andy can catch a point. He was really close in Treasure Caves, but he hasn't been that close in any other track. Haunted Woods was decently close, but you know, it's such a short track, so I'm not sure 4 seconds is super close, but pretty decent at least, because, you know, Andy played well, but hard to catch a 46. So Andy is gonna try to find our 8th race here.
Oh. Telling us it's not over yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he means by that, but
I have a feeling that you're gonna pick an A back.
yeah. Everfrost Peak Hovercraft.
EP plane would be a more a-hole pick, but I respect that you have both.
Yeah, it's an Everfrost Peak plane. Hover, I mean, yeah. Everfrost Hover. Also a track that's generally played on the PAL version by NordicBoa. And the thing I want to see here is if they go for the double zipper inside of the tunnel, or if they go safer by going for one of the zippers. And yeah, we have one. This is the last hover one, and we are going to have one more car track after this.
I don't even know how you plan the double tunnel system.
Well, there are a few strats you can use. We'll see if Nordic goes for double. So you go on the right side, and what he tried to do there is that he's trying to bonk on the wall, so he bounces from the wall to the zipper, because that's the most consistent way to hit it. But as you can see, Nordic is not that far ahead. It's only 2 seconds apart after the first lap. And that's what I mean about with the safe strat, because Nordic went all out there trying to get the double, but missed the second zipper, which is the most important one. Because this one makes you fly really far.
And Andy managing to get it, but hits the side of the tunnel.
Yeah, like the open. Yeah, exactly. that like exit of the tunnel.
I have
Okay.
a feeling that that might have been actually a PB if he managed to not bonk.
Ooh. That was so good from Andy. He slowed down a little bit there. He held A really early, unfortunately, because he could have had a lot of speed. But yeah, 124. Yeah, good.
That,
PB. That's probably
No.
a real PB. That's probably
Yeah.
a real PB because that was good.
yeah, that was.
But yeah, unfortunately for Andy Panther, Nordic gets a 120. Yeah, it's a PB and he confirms it in chat. Yeah, both fast lap and a 3-lap PB.
That was a solid EP of it.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
I was
Okay, Windmill Plains car. Dangerous pick against Nordic, who is the by far best player in this level.
Andy's just trying to flex right now.
Yeah.
Weird flex, but okay.
But Nordic's world record in this level is actually on the PAL version, so it is slightly different, but I think it's not super different in gameplay.
The only real difference from what I'm
Ooh,
aware
nice. Nordic grabbing those bananas like a champ, and Andy actually got 3 out of them too, which is good. It's really difficult to get them. And he's getting in the water. Andy getting up. They're basically tied now. Big mistake from Nordic. So Andy can catch up. Super close now.
but Nordic, he does have banana superiority, right?
Yeah. But now they're both at 10. And the jump from Nordic was really good. Pretty decent from Andy too. And let's see, okay, no water this lap, so. But it's still not that far off. I'm a bit surprised, but that mistake from Nordic was really huge.
Yeah. Andy's been doing it pretty well.
Yeah. 30-25. Wow, he's slamming into the wall there,
And
allowing
Nordic,
allowing Andy to catch up more.
Wow.
But yeah, he's still pretty far ahead. It's only half a lap left, and Andy, I thought he was going to go for the water there, but he avoided it well.
What the mistake there? Nordic had like 6 seconds ahead on. So,
Yeah.
But that definitely. Yeah.
136 against the 141. Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's pretty decent from both. This is a difficult track. He did a pretty difficult, well, pretty big mistake, I mean, with that water, and he hit the wall a little bit on the last lap there, Nordic. And he didn't do that many mistakes really, but Nordic is just slightly better, at the actual mechanics.
He's better at everything in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he has, he's basically living this game. NordicBoa, he's playing this game all the time. He loves this game more than anything else, basically. Plays it all the time, so it's obviously really difficult to beat him.
Just set the timer, wakes up 3 in the morning. Just
Exactly.
goes mode right. That's the Nordic life.
You know how it is.
Andy life though.
The Andy life. Playing all the N64.
Waste. Yeah.
Yeah. Andy is not typing. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. Now he's typing. He needs to choose. He can choose whatever he wants. Because we're past the first. Yeah, we're past the first 9 tracks. That means that we can choose whatever. And he says whatever. Fossil Canyon Plain. Fossil Canyon Plain. Dangerous pick.
And Nordic just saying oof that pick.
Yeah. Not sure why. I mean, he's super good at this track, so.
It's a painful track. It causes a lot of pain.
There's a bunch of things that can go wrong here. So I'm interested in seeing how risky the players are gonna go. No barrel in the beginning, but that's expected. Okay, Nord gets a triple zipper, but hits the ceiling twice and slows down because of it, but gets the super clean air zipper with a double barrel roll. And Andy misses the zipper. That's really unfortunate. And Nordic gets a triple zipper again. But he does a huge bonk inside the tunnel.
And
Huge one.
Andy's pretty caught up right now, but that was a...
And a huge bonk into the tree. Andy's neck and neck now. Wow. 2 enormous mistakes from Nordic in that lap. But even
Nordic,
though, yeah, but he's pulling far ahead again. As you can see, Nordic's technique is just so good that even though he made those enormous mistakes, he just, you know, flew so far ahead as soon as he got the speed up again. So.
Wow.
It's really interesting to see how fast you can become at this game, and how your actual technique matters so much.
Yeah, like even when you say around these level, when you just look back at what you first started at, it's like the difference is huge.
Yeah, and it's also interesting that sometimes it's kind of difficult to explain what you do differently. It's just that you're just a lot faster. Okay, Crescent Island Hover, also a track that's more common to be good at on the PAL version.
Yeah.
NordicBoa I think he has his second place in this level after Stacy Needham. So let's see here. And Andy's not going for the bananas. Interesting choice. As you can see, Nordic going for bananas. So now they are basically tied, but Nordic has 3 more bananas. So you can see him pulling ahead here. So 8 bananas versus 5. Cleaner ending from Andy though, and actually really close. Not far apart.
But
at all.
Nordic with the 3 extra bananas, probably gonna.
Definitely, but Andy picking up 2 more. So now it's 8 versus 7 bananas. But as you can see, Nordic is still pretty far ahead. There's a cleaner ending this time than last time.
But Andy's still keeping up pretty well. Yeah.
Definitely. He did really well here in the last race. He did. Okay. Nordic with a 116. And 120, is that a PB? Probably a PB for Andy, I'm guessing. No, it's not. Okay, he has improved it a little bit.
Yeah. He mentioned to me that he was improved like some of his time was practicing some of the one time math.
Let's see, his PB is a 120, so super close to PB.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's 11-0. Hot Top Volcano Plane. Okay.
Well, Andy's pleasing me right here. Let's go.
It's a pretty good level. And I think a lot of people who have seen speedruns of this game, they see the out of bounds here. It's basically the most common thing you know about glitching in this game is the out of bounds here. But this is a non-shortcut tournament, so we will not see any out of bounds tracks here.
It's a shame because I might actually win against people if I could do that. Pretty sure there would be a case for a lot more actually.
Yeah. And also, one thing that I mentioned that I want to mention is you can see that Andy is adjusting his position a lot. That's usually something you see from players that aren't as good as the top players. Because if you see, look at Nordic, he's not really adjusting his position that much, you know, going back and forth. But Andy, I'm not sure if you can see what I mean, but it's like you can see Andy going back and forth a lot more to try to adjust his position, but Nordic just has the position immediately, being more solid.
Yeah.
And with an 18-second lap there, it's good.
A lot of the time I find that the most case scenario where you have to adjust to have 4 minimum space and 59.
Yeah,
no.
59, super good.
On a one try, wow.
Yeah, 59 is really, really good.
Don't you have the world record, Giz?
No, Bio has a world record here.
Oh.
Yeah. Bio has a world record with a 55.
Yeah.
So.
It's getting. Wow.
Yeah. So really good, 59, super good.
And ending it off with Dark Moon Commentators. Oh my, what? Is this must be a theme going on. It's just ending it on Dark Moon Cam. Like,
yeah, seems like it.
I'm pretty sure Bio with this.
Darkmoon Hover, definitely a dangerous pick because Nordic has a world record here by a large margin. The 137 you can see there, I think the second place has a 139, so he's over a second ahead of second place. So pretty interesting choice from Andy for sure. Just taking him to his own, like taking his opponent to his own home turf. So let's see how this goes.
Calling it Dark Moon their home turf is probably an insult to a Bio.
It's Hover though.
True, but
so,
I still don't
but
think
it's really close here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened there, but pretty close. $36 and a 40. Okay, no, almost 40. So 39.
Oh boy, I'm up.
Pretty big bonks from Nordic there.
And Andy getting some boxes on his side as well.
Yeah, but I'm still saying that I feel like Andy's doing really well here. I wonder if it's PB pace or not, because this is good gameplay. And a 34-second lap. Let's see here, 37. Nah. Okay, a bit cleaner from Nordic there. Not smashing his head in the wall. He's getting like smoother through the corners.
Oh, that punk. See that one's a bit well.
Yeah. So he finishes with a 144.
That's pretty solid. That's and Andy with a 55
flap.
lap.
Okay. 13-0 to NordicBoa. Kind of expected to see a 13-0 from the #1 time trialer. Yes. Time for interview.
Oof.
Hello. I hear this sigh from NordicBoa.
Yeah.
And hello, andypanther.
Hello.
What did you do to me, dude?
Nordic with the aggressive question.
Well, now I'm really interested. What time did Nordic get in Treasure Cave's plane?
58. 40?
Man, no!
Yes.
I got the only time that was like slow. I practiced this and I always got like 55, 53, and of course could have taken a win over Nordic, but
Yeah,
oh, man.
I think that Treasure Caves one was super close. But I think, as I mentioned in the commentary, is that you went really you went a little too safe there. I think if you just spammed some barrel rolls in the tunnel instead of doing one barrel roll waiting, one barrel roll waiting, you would have definitely won that, because Nordic he missed a lot of bananas early on and did a huge bonk on the first lap. So you had a really big lead on both bananas and in time after the first lap, but you went really safe, and that's what made more Nordic.
I don't really get it. This was the one terrible attempt of today.
That's how it is, though. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's how it is. I hope I didn't. I hope I didn't make it too bad for Nordic with my track picks.
Nah, the rest was absolutely fine.
You know, I tried to go for some tracks that would maybe potentially have Nordic bonk and lose some time, but I also went for just some ones to give some entertainment. Like I wanted some drumstick tracks in there.
Well, you know me. For me, every track has bonks in it.
And some cool hover ones like Dark Moon Caverns or Greenwood Village.
And Nordic is giving everyone in chat motion sickness by spinning around.
Oops.
So, but Andy, you got a few PBs.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
That was really nice. They're not fake PBs or anything.
Yeah, exactly. And you got a double in one of them. Like a 3-lap and a flap.
That was
EP Hover.
EP Hover, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
I went for that double zipper.
Because I gotta say though, like a few races were really, really good. I think, you got a 50 Haunted Woods car, and I think Nordic got a 46, so it's kind of hard to actually keep up with that,
Yeah, but
I think, yeah, so I think some of the tracks where you played solidly, and Nordic just, played a little faster, so you just couldn't keep up really.
I found it really funny that Nordic chose to start with Spaceport Car because I was going to pick that one anyway.
Well,
Like,
Why
I know
would
that
Do you want
Nordic
Nordic to
really
win, or
likes that track. I know that, and that it's
Dude.
really impossible to beat him there. But I just like it too, and I thought that would be cool for the viewers.
sure?
And
it was,
I was happy with my time too.
Yeah,
Playing
the funny thing is that the first laps were really close. Your event was a lot better than Nordic's on the first lap, so
Yeah.
it was really close after the first lap. But then Nordic did like a bonk before the event, so you kept it kind of close. But yeah, Nordic is doing some shortcuts on stream right now where he would be disqualified if
You
he did
should
it in the
DQ
race.
him.
Yeah, like ban Nordic from the tournament.
nice
Make a
almost
paper.
PB on Crescent Island, by the way, Andy.
Yeah, almost PB in Crescent Island.
Yeah, I have some. Since the two tournament races have some unsubmitted times, but I will submit them before the race with Ben, so he can look at my up-to-date timesheet.
All right.
Yes, okay.
So I just want to see Nordic being the #1 time trialer and the favorite to win the tournament. How do you feel entering the tournament?
I'm even more afraid of this tournament than before because, as you noticed, I'm not really good at this format of 1-twice. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that the chat is hearing this. You know, winning 13-0 and then he's like, oh, I suck at this. You know, yeah. But okay.
Yeah, sounds about right. I'm sure you would do the same, guys.
Yeah, I do. but still, it's still interesting to see. I think some of your times were really good, but yes, your strongest suit is definitely when you can sit and grind for 10 hours in one day and get one good time. So
Yeah. Like for real, at this 7th or 8th race, my hands were shaking so much I almost couldn't hold the controller.
oh dang.
So
Yeah, but we'll see. I think the your showing was pretty decent. Still think the times you got in general are gonna be hard for all the players, including myself, to beat. So yeah. And Andy, I need to ask you one thing about the rest of the tournament. Is it on Saturday? I think somewhere around there. You're gonna face Ben, Dollar Ben.
Wasn't it Friday?
Maybe Friday.
Yeah,
So,
it's Friday.
okay, so Friday you face Dollar Ben. How do you feel like for that match? Because that's definitely going to be the decider who's going to get second in the group.
I almost felt a bit more confident. This match for me was much better. Didn't have like many big mistakes in this one.
Yeah.
Compared to the other one.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said it also in the commentary, like you looked really solid. You just the only complaint I had was if you want to beat Nordic in anything, you need to go a little more risky, I think. But yeah, I think you played really solidly, and Ben is going to have a hard time.
But you know, at the same time, against Nordic, I really had nothing to lose, and I will maybe be much more nervous there.
Yeah, for sure. Because obviously Nordic is a favorite to win this group, beating the second seed you by 13-0. But I think it's going to be really close between you and Ben. I think that's going to be the match to watch if you want to see some close, like some really nervous players going for the bracket. So.
Imagine just a bonk only race. Everyone is just struggling and finishing Snowball Valley in 2 minutes.
Exactly. But remember that the winner of you two will face me in the bracket. So.
Dang, I have to get second.
Maybe you would have choked that Haunted Woods.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
So now it's time, I think. Good job, guys. And I hope you will have a great rest of the tournament. and maybe both of you will go to bracket.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for commentary, guys. And thanks for the race, Andy.
And good luck for the rest of the tournament, Nordic.
Same to you.
GG's you both.
Yeah, and thanks for commenting with me, Pigs. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed some DKR, and stay tuned for everything that's coming up on this channel. It's a great channel to watch. So yeah, have a good one.
Alright.